Hello everyone, good to see you again. Today we will continue Unit 6 and our focus is examples of level burst. Now let's begin. First, I want you to look at the language forecast on page 66. Look at the first two examples. So we have Air China 3776 was cleared to 4,000 feet. The autopilot was disconnected. These two sentences are passive voice, and the tense is simple past. And why, when do we use the passive voice? When we want to focus on the events rather than on the person who performs the action. Our purpose is to make the sentences less personal. And we have the structure, was and were, plus verb past participle. Now we continue with the next three sentences. Air China 3776 was cleared to descend. The pilot was instructed to hold. The captain climbed to avoid the traffic. And in these examples, we have the structure to plus infinitive. And we use to plus infinitive when we want to express the result or the objective of an action. And I will give you a list of verbs which can be followed by to infinitive. So we have instruct, encourage, order, command, force, compel, invite, urge, tell, and ask. Chúng ta sử dụng cấu trúc to infinitive để nói về kết quả hay là mục tiêu của một hành động nào đó. Và các bạn lưu ý là nếu như chúng ta không thích dùng to cộng với infinitive thì chúng ta có thể nói là in order to. Nó cũng được dùng để diễn tả mục đích. Now we will continue. The crew descended through 3,700 feet. ATC cleared the aircraft to descend. The aircraft climbed to flight level 390. So in these examples, we use the active voice in simple past tense. And we have the structure, subject plus verb past. And what is the purpose? When we use the active voice in these examples, we want to make the sentences more personal. We want to focus on the person who performs the action. They are different from the examples in number 1. And we have another sentences. The crew initiated descent after performing the checklist. The pilot declared an emergency by using 121.5. And we have the words, for example, after, by, etc. And after these words, we use the gerund, present participle. Sau những từ như là before, after, while hay là by thì chúng ta sử dụng hình thức động từ thêm in hay còn gọi là present participle. Okay, so now I want you to look at exercise 4A on page 66 and I want you to complete the sentences by using the correct form of the verbs in the bracket. You have 2 minutes. Okay, time's up. So now tell me your answer. So number 1, ATC, and we have the verb aside and the hint past tense. So in this sentence, we have to use the active voice. ATC assigned us 5,000 feet. And how about number 2? We were assigned 5,000 feet by ATC. How about number 3? The first officer received the latest information. Number 4, the altimeter is set by rotating the knob. And number 5, read back the clearance before taking any action. So now we continue. Okay, number 6, this attitude deviation occurred last November. You can reduce the risk of level burst by following these recommendations. How about number 8? Pay attention to transition level when using departure charts of unfamiliar aerodrome. And number 9, the clearance were issued in 1932. And the last sentence, the first officer changed frequency to contact approach control. Okay, so now you have finished exercise 4A, and this also brings me to the end of my lesson today. Goodbye and see you in the next lesson.